Hey everyone, hope you're all having a fantastic day today. Today, I'm going to go over what I get asked a lot, which is why I started to compete in bodybuilding and why I began bodybuilding in the first place. I get asked this a lot by my family, friends, people at the gym too that just find out that I compete and stuff. And anyways, thought this would be an interesting video for you guys to find out why I started competing and kind of dabble into my history with training and everything. I don't think I've really covered this much on my channel, but I will go way back. So basically, I started kind of working out when I was about 14 years old. I did a lot of explosive training kind of to increase my athleticism. So this was box squats, box jumps, running with weights on a little sled strapped around my waist in a field. I did lots of stuff like that, basically explosive movement, plyometric type training, a little bit of upper body, but not too much. And then once I would say when I got to about 16 years old, that was when I was really starting to know some results just from 3 times a week, bunch of plyometric work, a little bit of weights. I'll show a picture right now of what I looked like when I was 16 years old. So I'll show that right now. So as you can see, like nothing crazy, but I was starting to add some muscle, and this is from a lot of body weight stuff, box jumps, box squats, pistol squats. If you know what those are incredibly hard, but I used to actually be able to do quite a few of those. Lots of stuff to increase my first step movement, quickness and everything, explosiveness for jumping higher, because I was really into increasing my vertical jump. Because my 3 sports I played mainly throughout high school were volleyball was probably my best sport because I used to be able to jump pretty high. And then also hockey and baseball. So I wanted to become more athletic, be a better performer in all the sports that I played. So that's why I was doing a lot of that type of training, was just straight to increase my athletic performance. And then I would say between the summer, between grade 11 and grade 12, so I was 17 years old, was when I started kind of learning about training upper body, getting more into hypertrophy training. And I started to add a little bit more muscle between grade 11 and grade 12. And when I came back after that summer, I know a bunch of like my coaches for sports and stuff, they were like, holy smokes, you must have been working out all summer. I was like, well, starting to train a little bit more heavy into the weights. So I was doing 3 times a week. It was literally just, all I did was I kind of did up like total body. I mean, I didn't really know what in the world I was doing. So I trying to remember what exactly I did, but I was like, I know one day was like strict upper body, one day strict lower body. And then I had like a day where I did squats, bench press, deadlifts, all the power lifts, and then did a little bit of arms and leg press and stuff. So it was a bit of everything. And I only trained 3 times a week. So it was literally just one day on, one day off, one day on, one day off, and then a 2-day rest to cap off the week, I guess. I remember doing that. And this was all at home. I never stepped foot in the gym until I got to college. I was extremely, I don't know, shy and didn't have much confidence to step into a gym. So I just worked out at home because my dad had a bunch of workout equipment. So I did all this stuff at home. I have a squat rack, bench press, all that stuff was in my basement. So I did that all summer. Grade 12 went by and then went off to college. I wasn't playing any more sports, so was looking for something else to take up my spare time besides studying. And then I finally stepped foot into the gym for the first time, which was at college. And I'll show a picture right now. This picture in my phone was showing December of 2018. So it would have been my first right at the end of my first semester at college when I was 18 years old. So I'll show that picture right now. So as you can see, definitely starting to add some muscle, nothing too crazy, but around this time, like I was getting really big into the gym. Lots of my spare time when I was at college was going towards just researching training and the best optimal splits, and lots into nutrition as well. So a lot of my spare time was going in, and I was super invested. Made a lot of good friends and everything at the college gym. So then I was just getting super into it. Absolutely loved it. And this is where my passion for weightlifting, bodybuilding kind of began. Then fast forward about to the end of my first year of college, and I was starting to add a lot, like definitely getting a lot more muscle. I remember this was the first time that I ever got up to 180 pounds. Definitely not all muscle. A little bit of fat was in there too, because I was starting to, I guess, increase my calories and understand that I needed to put on some weight because I was always fairly lean. So I started adding some weight, and then around this time, I remember I kept telling my parents, I was like, I want to compete in my first bodybuilding show when I'm 20. That is my goal. I want to do it when I'm 20 years old. When I'm 20 years old, I really want to do it because I was watching a lot of bodybuilders on YouTube and stuff, and it was just super motivating. I was like, hey, this looks like a lot of fun. I think I might actually enjoy this. And I was kind of desiring that. I still had that itch to compete because I wasn't playing any sports anymore. And growing up playing sports competitively, I mean, any ex-athletes know that you still have that drive and that that feeling inside that you want to compete, right? You want to push yourself and have something to work towards. So that was my goal. Unfortunately, COVID happened, so didn't end up competing till post-COVID because a lot of the shows just weren't happening during COVID, of course. And then comes around, I was all done college, working office job, packed on a lot of unhealthy weight. I'll show a picture now of what I looked like kind of end of summer 2021. Definitely was a little bit fluffy and soft, and I'll show that picture right now. So as you can see, definitely added on a lot of unhealthy weight. Definitely got big and bulky. And then this was also when I decided to go back to school. So I took a year off to work. I decided to go back to school and get my degree. And then I was also like, what better way to, because I was not happy with how I looked and everything. And so I did some research, found out that shows were happening again. Found one that was fairly close to where I go to university, and I thought, you know what, let's do it. So I registered for it in September. Was super excited. Show was in November, so I began dieting, and just started going through that. Did it all myself. Came up with a meal plan myself and everything, even though it wasn't the most optimal. It wasn't very good. I definitely learned a lot more from having my coach. This third show, that my previous diets were absolute garbage. Wouldn't do them again. Crash dieting on too low calories, don't need to do that. And I did way too much cardio, so ended up losing a lot of muscle in the process. But competed in my first men's physique show, and I just absolutely fell in love with it. And ever since then, I mean, men's physique wasn't really where I wanted to be. I kind of knew from the start that bodybuilding and classic physique, I like a lot more. And with my structure, I don't have the smallest waist. So I knew that that's where I wanted to end up. So my second show, I thought, I'm going to go all out. Bodybuilding and classic physique, second show, 2022. So I added on some size, and ended up just doing only about an 8-week diet, but I didn't add on too much size at all. I ended up basically putting on about 15 pounds, and then through that 8-week diet, I lost about 5 pounds and competed roughly 10 pounds heavier, a lot softer. I'll show the pictures, a couple pictures to compare, but definitely a lot softer, not as conditioned and lean as my men's physique show that I did. So I'll show those pictures now to kind of compare. As you can see, there's definitely a huge difference in conditioning from my very first show that I did to my second show. I just didn't peak properly. That extra weight I added was definitely fat and water. Not much muscle there at all. So it definitely shows in the stage shots. But either way, I loved my second show. It's still going to be an experience I hold dear to my heart. And then for the third show, I thought I absolutely love competing. I'm going to hire a coach because I want to get better and I want to learn. And I thought, I just thought I was leaving so much potential like out there, and I wanted to have a coach, second set of eyes, and follow a coach's plan that has prepped clients before and has had a lot more experience dieting for shows. So hired my coach, and it was my best performance by far. He definitely brought the best, most potential out of me that I didn't even think I had. I absolutely love the package that I brought to my third show, and I don't plan on stopping competing anytime soon. I absolutely love it, and I love the fact that I can continue to train hard and get better, and hopefully keep getting better into my 30s as well. Natural bodybuilding is an interesting one because it's the only variables you can really control are your diet, your training, and sleep is a big one. Um, but you know, you don't have the help of any performance enhancing drugs. So it definitely takes its toll as you start to get leaner. I mean, strength diminishes, and you will see some muscle loss when you're doing natural bodybuilding. Um, but it's still super rewarding, and I absolutely love doing it, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. So anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all in the next one.